welcome guys to the next episode of our vanilla, I guess, playthrough, let's play, I don't know what to call this. So, I started working on boxing in our little sand area here, and the way I've been doing it is actually kind of cool. So, you put a piston, okay, and then you put redstone out a little ways. You make one of the old school 0 tick clocks like this, and we're going to turn down our sounds because this gets really annoying. And then you get some sand, and you have to do the first one kind of by hand here. And then once you get it to that point, you stand on top of here, you hold right click, and as you can see, it makes the sand fall. And I was doing this with observers, but it kept stopping every time it would get to push limit. So I switched to just a regular clock. And it seems, it hesitates a little bit, but it doesn't just stop like it did. So that's always good. I'm not going to fill in the entire thing with sand. I'm actually going to try and find a sea temple and get some sponges and drain it that away. I think that'll be a little bit easier than filling this all in with sand. In the past, I've drained sea temples with sand like this, and it is annoying, and it takes forever. And I just can't be bothered to do that. So, we're going to make a little, I guess you would say like a shell around it, and then we're going to go find a sea temple and drain it. And we're almost, it takes a little bit of time. You can see the wall kind of forming here as it goes on. There we go. I can do it like this, and then I can go in F5 and you guys can kind of see a little better how this works. And there we go. Now, we did reach push limit, but we do have a couple blocks here that I was using as marker blocks, so what I've been doing is just filling these in by hand, which doesn't take very long at all, just to fill in 2 or 3 spots. Like so. And then we'll fill this one in. And there we go. And so yeah, that's an easy way to push sand. That way you're not having to like place every, I mean you're having to place every block, but it's faster than just manually walking on the edge placing blocks. So, I guess it's time to find a sea temple. Now, I don't actually know where a sea temple's at, so essentially what I'm going to do is, first things first, we're going to turn sound back on so we can hear something. I'm just going to grab both of my elytras. Actually, one should be enough. I will go repair this one. You can see I have a ton of sand that I collected, because I didn't know how much I was going to need, because first I thought, oh, I'll just drain it. It won't be that bad. And then I realized how big that area is, and that was when I chose to do just the walls. So, let me fly around and find a temple here. I'm actually going to go to the end and repair this real quick. And then I will bring you guys back once I find what I'm looking for. I think we have, yeah, let's take these with us, and we'll take that. Okay. Anyway, I'll bring you guys back in a minute. Alrighty, guys, so I found our monument. And so what we're going to do is we're going to swim over here. We're going to drink our water breathing potion. And then I'm going to show you guys a little trick on how to disable the mining fatigue, because you're going to get mining fatigue in these. So I'll show you kind of how to just ignore that. So go over to one of the sides here. Jump down. Okay, you're gonna put a TNT, you're gonna put a sand, you're gonna light the TNT. And that's how you make depth charges. And now you can kill the big white floaty thingies in here. And if you can kill them fast enough... Nope, didn't kill it fast enough. Sometimes if you can kill those fast enough, you won't actually get the mining equipment, which is really nice. Also, you bring TNT because you can insta-break TNT with your hands. So if you need to place blocks, like, see how this guy's trying to shoot me? If you break the line of sight, they stop trying to shoot you. Which is really, really nice. So next thing we're going to do is we're just going to swim. Actually, I'm going to go back up to my boat. Because it looks like there's a lot of those guardians over here. Go down. TNT, sand, light the TNT, swim. There we go. And then we just regenerate our health. And we have mining fatigue for like 4 minutes, so... there we are. And if you really want to cheat this, what you can do is you can throw an ender pearl down there, and it'll float down really nice. And then... See now. That's uncalled for. Swim. As long as you break their line of sight, you're good. Yeah, as long as you break the line of sight that they have with you, they won't zap you. So, now there should be one more of those big white ones around here. Let's go back up, and he should be at the top here. Let's get in our boat, and we'll come over here. And then we're going to do the same thing. TNT, sand, flint, and steel. Okay. Ow, that hurt. Wet. I'm not sure how they're still hitting me. So we're just going to swim away. Oh. And if you want to be... Now, the easiest way... to do this is actually just to go for it. And then trap yourself in like a little corner over here. And let your health regenerate. And thanks to the new swimming animation, you can become 1 block tall. So then they can't bother you. You just keep breaking that line of sight. I probably should have mentioned, you don't want to make the hole too big when you're coming in, because if these things swim out and you have to chase this thing around the ocean, that is really gonna suck. So, kind of watch that. Hey, stop it. No. There we go. Hey, and we got an extra sponge. So, now, we gotta see if there's a sponge room in this, which... I don't actually know if they all have sponge rooms, or if only certain ones have sponge rooms. this is it, actually. Yeah, that's the sponge room. Okay. So what we're gonna do. So we have less time on our water breathing than we do our mining fatigue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna go back over to our little island, and I'm gonna go make some doors. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna make us so that we can have water air pockets and we can breathe. So let me do that. Let me let this mining fatigue run out here for a couple 4 minutes, and then I'll be back with you guys. Hey guys, I brought you guys back because I was over there laying out a foundation for a house I want to build, and this wandering trader just sold me a bunch of moss block, and I figured out that if you place it and bone meal it, it gets rid of mycelium. So I wonder if we couldn't turn this entire island into like a nice magical forest type thing. Rather than having the purple, we could use the moss as kind of like a grass texture. That would be kind of cool. That looks really cool. Now these trees, I don't actually want these trees, but that would be cool. And then we could get rid of this carpet, and so we would just have like grass. I think that would be a really cool way of doing it. Actually, I might leave the carpet. It would add texture. Also, I decided that I want to work on this a little bit each episode. So most of my episodes so far have been pretty like mechanical heavy, and I kind of want to do some building. So I've set out a thing for myself. Every episode for the next 4 episodes, we're going to drain one of these segments. That's all we're allowed to do for that, is we just drain one of the segments. So what we're going to be doing then is we are going to be building a house for our sugarcane farm. And in case you don't know, the paper is actually made from trees. It's not made from sugarcane. But you can make sugar from certain reeds. So what I want to do is I want to make like a little, almost like a water turbine, like a water powered, like a crushing factory. Around here, they're called mills. In the 18 and 1900s, they would use water to spin big turbines, and they would use that mechanical force to then operate like saws. A lot of wood like sawmills were water powered. Canola presses, wheat presses, flour, stuff like that. They used water, and it was these giant water mills. And so what I had an idea of is right here, I flattened this out, and what I want to do is I want to have like a little stream coming off the ocean here, and then it's going to go into a big water mill, and then we're going to have it kind of go back out, kind of follow this natural curvature, and go back out in the ocean. That way it would be like a constant flow into the ocean. That would be kind of cool. Actually, technically, it'll go this way. It'll go to the right because the waves would be coming in towards the shoreline here. So it would be going to the right would be the rotation. The rotation would be going this way. From left to right would be the rotation. So so the foundation for this is going to be really simple. It's just going to be kind of like it'll be kind of like a house in a way, because that's really all they were. There wasn't anything really special about them. They were just big brick or wood buildings that had like inner workings in them. So I think that'll be kind of cool. I'm going to work on this here a little bit. And then I'll bring you guys back once I get it kind of wireframed out. But I do like the idea of this moss stuff. And I wanted to test. So I placed that first piece down and bone milled it. Can I just bone meal? Ooh, I can. And then I can just go around and punch all this out. Oh, and it randomly puts the carp. Oh, that's gonna look so nice. That's gonna be so. We're definitely gonna do that. So that's gonna cost a lot of bone meal. So luckily we have this mob farm. I'm probably gonna have to AFK. This isn't gonna be like a project we do in one episode. This is gonna be something where if I'm waiting for like something to run, like our farms, then I can just kind of walk around and bone meal. So, and once we get over here, I'm gonna plug this up, by the way. This won't be here. I should have done that earlier. We'll kind of transition it into this beach a little bit. So we use some regular grass to kind of transition it into this beach a little better. And I've still got a bunch of sand up there that we can actually make a real beach instead of this. Like maybe we extend the beach out a little bit over here, and we have like some awnings and maybe like some picnic table, or not picnic tables, but like some awnings and like some beach area here. That'll be really cool. So let me work on this house for a little while, and then I'll bring you guys back here in a second. And poof, it's done. So yeah, I kind of built this at work last night. That's why I didn't record a time lapse of it. But it's done. We have a watermill now. So I kind of wanted to make it look like it had been run down, like it had been here for quite a few years. So that's why I stripped some of the wood and I put cracked brick and mossy brick, and then I changed like some of these panes are this don't touch, yeah. So some of these are like gray, and then some of them are like white to symbolize like the difference in like age of the bricks. Or also, yeah, I forgot I dug that out. So I also made us a little windmill or a water wheel here. I got to work on this a little bit. It's not to my liking. And I left it pretty jagged because it would be. They wouldn't you wouldn't terraform around the water wheel. You would have just dug out an area and left it. So there would be these steep cliffs. There wouldn't be like a real nice like a smooth terrain. It would be pretty jagged. Now the front here. So originally I wanted to do a peaked roof because the ones that I've seen. Most of the time they're like a brick or like a concrete building, and then they have a wood roof, and it's like a peak, like a triangle roof. But the problem with that is the way that I designed this building, I didn't want it to just be a box. So on the back side here we have a little bit of curves, and in the process of that, it's kind of made it a little odd, as you can see. So the back of it is, I don't know, it's still kind of a peaked roof, but the front of it became really bland, like it was just a sheer face. So that's why I decided to put this little like entranceway here, because this was just a sheer flat face. And I'll probably put, like, there'll probably be, like, a smokestack and, like, maybe some other stuff in there. I don't know yet. I am going to move our wheat field over. Our wheat field's probably going to go right there-ish. It won't be that big, but it'll just be kind of like a little wheat field. And I planted wheat out front here. And we have a little entranceway. And then I haven't done nothing with the interior. I kind of made it look run down with the logs. And basically, I didn't really have like a pallet or anything. Like, I just kind of, whatever I stripped, and I kind of just walked around doing this. and then in the middle here is like would be what is actually grinding the cornmeal, because in real life it's like a giant bowl, and the water wheel comes in either under the bottom or over the top. It goes to a gearbox, which turns the horizontal rotation into a vertical rotation, and then you have paddles. They're like big stone. They look like ball bearings, like big stone ball bearings, and they're attached, and it just kind of rolls real slow in a circle. Um, so I did what I could. Obviously, it's Minecraft; it's a block game, so we have this as like our paddle, and then we would put our cornmeal in here, or our wheat in here, and it would make us cornmeal. Um, so I'm probably gonna put like maybe there'll be like a little chimney, like a smokestack over here, and we'll have some like a little book, not book, like a I don't know, like a workstation here. I'll put up some shelving and maybe over here. But really, it's just kind of aesthetic to take up this area. I really don't plan on really anything being inside there, like using it for storage. Um, we might put like a little mini farm in there, and then the water wheel here. Um, I was gonna initially do like a river, like they diverted the river, but instead I figured like technically the waves would be coming in, so it would be pushing this in kind of this direction with the waves coming in, and that would give you your rotation. And then we have our two bearings. We have a bearing on either side, and then just a framework to hold the wheel up. So I know I'm looking way too deep into this. It's Minecraft, but you know, I don't know. I kind of like to have the backstory on like a little building. Like I want the buildings to kind of be realistic almost. Like we have our cornmeal or our corn plant up here, and then we have like this is like a villager, like a this would almost be like an indoor, like a greenhouse almost, kind of, where you have your, well, I guess it wouldn't be a greenhouse. A greenhouse would have more of a U-shaped roof. This would just be kind of like I don't know what that is now that I think about it. Also, we do have a massive collection of villagers, to the point where they're starting to entity cram and shove each other away. Plus, we have like 40 down here at the bottom that I kind of accidentally left a tripwire open a little bit. And, yeah, there's like 20 villagers down here, so. Next episode, we're going to have to do something with these villagers, because this is getting annoying, to the point where when I come over here, it's annoying. So, I don't know. I know I want to build an iron farm, but I don't think I need that many villagers to build an iron farm, so what we might do is I might just cap this river, like little river off, like cap this hill off here, and take away their beds so they don't breed, and that'll be that. And then if we ever need more villagers, all we gotta do is place the bed and open it back up, and then just divert it somewhere. I'll take all this down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know. And thank you for watching. I'm gonna start saying that because I realized that it's, you know, I should thank you guys for watching these episodes that I'm making, because I don't know, it's kind of cool. I like doing it because it gives me something to strive for rather than just building. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode here.